It's been getting warmer. I've been inspired to start my spring knitting, and I'll be sharing a bunch of patterns that I think are perfect for spring. Starting with the Melotte scarf by Vicky. I think it's a really cute scarf, really dainty. It's also perfect for that transitional weather when it's so cold in the morning and you want to throw a scarf on. It has this cute lace detailing, and I think it's perfect for spring. Next, I'm gonna talk about cardigans, and I am obsessed with the Margaret cardigan by Colibri by Johanna. It has like a cute ruching detail and ties in the front, and I think it's also great for transitional weather when you can throw on a cardigan on top whenever you're cold. And I also think it looks so romantic and cute. And the next cardigan, I have been obsessed with this cardigan for years, and I think it looks so classic and romantic. It has this very subtle cable pattern. I love the color in the sample photo. It is a free pattern by Lana Grossa. There aren't any projects on Ravelry, but I still really like the look of it, and I hope to make it, if not this spring, then next year. Moving on to sweaters, I think the Harlow sweater v-neck by Kadri looks very classic and simple, and especially with the V, you can have something poking out underneath. It's also perfect for throwing on top of your outfit if you're cold again, which also makes it perfect for that transitional weather. The Milano sweater by Ida Elvedal, I think looks very cool. It has this ribbed pattern. I also like the roll neck. I love the look of it. It's so effortless. Then I'm counting this to long sleeves, the Juliet blouse by Fable Knitwear. I think it is so cute. I just love the little detail in the front, the bust detailing. I feel like it doesn't even really look like it's knit, and I kind of love when knitwear looks very different to what you'd expect. So yeah, this is on my list for sure. But also the Giselle blouse by Fable Knitwear. I like the puffy sleeves. It also again looks so unlike any knitwear you'd like expect. I don't know if I'll be making this, but I think it's very cute. Then another like classic long sleeve is the blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things. It looks simple, but I think this would go perfectly with my basics rotation, because I do tend to grab the same things over and over, and I think this would fit right in. I really like the high neck line and longer sleeves, and also I like that the sleeves are kind of bell sleeved. Also the wave tee by Petite Knit. I really love the look of it. It looks so interesting, I think, because of the yarn, and especially the long sleeve version I really like. I think this would be something with the last that I would like add into my basics rotation, but also because of the yarn choice, it's a little more than a basic, so a little more like elevated, I guess. Then the Cutie Tee V2 by Sophia Hoke Peterson. I think it looks again like so cool. I love the stripe detail with like the switching colors. You can knit it short or long sleeve, and I love both. I think this is a very versatile pattern, and also inspires like so many different color combinations, which would make the finished object, or the finished objects, if you were to make multiple of them, look very different depending on which is the main yarn. Then an item that has been in my queue for a while is a vest. It's the Lonely Leftovers vest by Wool and Beyond, and I love vests. I think they're cute and you can layer them on top of your outfits. I think it's also perfect for spring because I might still be warm, but I want to show like my cute tops underneath it, like my long sleeve tops, because the cardigan kind of like covers up what you wear underneath, but a vest doesn't. I really like the garter stitch look of this and the I-cord detail going around the vest. Another vest, this time it doesn't have a tie-up detail. but I think it's so cute. It's more like a slip over. It's called the Betsy Vest by Miranda Copeland. I think the little cow color work is so cute. I also like the designer's other patterns. I like the Elizabeth pullover, which is a sweater version of the Betsy vest, I would say, and also the daisy roll neck, which has a little duck color work, which I think is also very, very cute. I would say these are more like fall vibes, but depending on the colors you use, it could also be a little more springy. Then moving on to t-shirts, I think the Fleur tee by Brianna Mason is again like so delicate and dainty and cute, and the lace motif. I think lace is very, very much a spring thing, but also could be any other season. But I think in spring, lace is where it shines. And then this is something I'm just very impressed by, because whenever I see pictures, it doesn't even look like a knit item, but it's the super basic tee by Oh What a Knit. Every finished project on Ravelry looks so professional, which is partly because of the yarn, which is a light fingering weight. So I think this would take a while and would maybe hurt your fingers, but I think the finished object just looks so clean and high quality. And now to like cute little tops. First is the Amaretta blouse by Isabella Clarke. I think this is also a very versatile pattern because you can decide if you want to have like this neck detail, if it's short sleeve, if it's long sleeve. But I especially like little detail at the neckline and at the bottom hem. I also like the button detail, but also you can decide if you want to have buttons or not. Then a pattern that I think is also so cool is the Bone Buttons Baby Doll blouse by Corinna Baker. I love all of the project pictures. I love the button details. I like the neckline, and you can decide if you want to have a tie in the middle, which I think is also very sweet. Like tie details, I think, are also very much a spring thing. Although, again, it could fit into any other season, but I think for spring especially, this is something that is very fitting. Then something I saw all over my Instagram last year when it came out was the Knitlet by Simone Berg and Tuva Sandok. I like that it's reversible, and I actually like both sides of it. I like the high neckline, but also the lower neckline. The next top might be more of a summer knit, but maybe this could fit more towards the end of spring. It's the Fortuna by Veronica Lindberg or Kutuvakika. What I like about this top is the one shoulder, but also the contrasting line at the border of the garment. And yeah, that's mostly it. I really like the shape of it. I think it looks like a good and fun knit. The next top I think looks so different, but also so cool, is the Soho top by Kadri. It is knit up in garter stitch, and it has like a slight waterfall neckline, which I think looks so effortless and cool. Okay, the next top I think has been going around on social media. I've seen people talking about it a lot, but it's the Mew top by Una Gill. I love the off-the-shoulder asymmetrical neckline. I think it's also something that I've seen a lot in the sewing world, where you have like the snatch waist and a more like baggy, drapey fit at the top. Oh, then a top I really like. This is a free pattern by Initiative Handarbeit. It has ribbing detail and a high neckline, which I think is great. At the beginning of spring, it still might be very windy, so you have to protect your neck, but it's kind of warm because of the sun, so maybe you would like to have your arms out and not touching fabric. And I think it also looks very classic. And a top that I think is very similar to that one, but also very different, it also has a ribbed detail throughout, is the Josephine top by Lily Kate France. I like the cap sleeves a lot, the boat neckline, and yeah, it looks very nice. Okay, a top I've seen on Pinterest a lot, and I am obsessed with it. I think it's so cute, and Sweet is a Star Lily top by Stina Sews. I really love the color work. It's so romantic again. This also might be something that is more fitting at the end of spring. The edges are crocheted. I have never added crochet to a knit garment before, but I think it does look very pretty. So yeah, this is also one that is definitely on my list. In a similar vein, but kind of different, is the Sweet Nothings camisole by Tamara Jordan. I think Star-Crossed Knits on Instagram. I have saved this for a while because I think it looks so pretty. I love the ribbon detail. Yeah, I think this again is a very sweet looking top. Moving on from tops is the first dress. This also might be more of a end of spring knit towards summer, but I really love the mini dress too by Tuva Sandok. You can also decide your neckline if you want it to be a high neckline or mock neck. I think it looks so classic. It is definitely in my queue, and depending on the colors it could be a more spring or summer knit, and especially with the mock neck could be something that is more geared towards spring, especially if you wear like tights underneath. Another dress I really love is the Nata dress by Maria Isaeva. It has a high neckline and a very low back cutout, which I think is so flattering. Also, it has instructions for like a mini length, a midi length, and a maxi length, but I really love the maxi length. I think it looks so gorgeous, elegant, and yeah, I like it a lot. Then I have one skirt, which I also have on my list for a while. It is the skirt Priya by Pasquale Collisioni, but this is also something that I don't really think looks knit. It has eyelets down the bottom, which makes it look a bit like a gathered skirt. I also like the changing colors towards the bottom of the skirt. Okay, something that is next in line on my queue are the Sandok pants by Tuva Sandok. I think they look like the perfect wide leg, also comfy and cozy, which is perfect for evenings or mornings, and I am dying to make these next, so I'm excited. A pattern that I have saved for a while are the Fur Bloomers by We Are Knitters. It is a free pattern and it looks like something that is perfect to throw on again, like to lounge around in, and looks like a basic little shorts pattern. There's also one project on Ravelry which I'm obsessed with. They added ribbons on the sides where you can adjust the fit of the shorts, which I think is important because in the comments I think some people said that they don't fit well, so I think if they were adjustable that would be perfect. And my last category are socks, and I've seen this pattern show up on my Instagram again. I think they are so perfect for spring if they are poking out of your shoes. They are the Misty Meadow ruffle socks by Knitting in Serenity. I think the little ruffle poking out of your shoe is such a sweet little touch. Like imagine you wear the ruffle cardigan from the beginning and then wear these socks. Would be such a cute combo. Another sock I really like are the Petal Drop Socks by Florence Miller. They have this lace motif, and again I think having the lace poking out of your shoes is such a sweet touch. And last are the Wolkensocken by Kerstin Balke. I really like how they look in the product image. There are also other sock patterns which I also think are very cute. I like all of them, but especially the Wolkensocken, especially in the color combo with the white and the blue. And it's just a sneaker height, but I guess you could also knit higher if you'd like longer socks. But if you like shorter socks, I think these look great. And yeah, that's everything I've been inspired by lately. It's a long list, so I don't think I'm gonna even touch the surface of knitting all of it. Maybe one day I will get around to it, but I also like looking at them. I like looking at other people's finished objects on Ravelry. I think it's very fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed and got some inspiration from this video. Bye!